What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back for a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is for season 15, episode 10. So, honey, let's get off into it. Child, was it just me, or I was so damn bored, you guys, throughout this whole episode? I was like, oh, child, this is bad. Honey, Miss Robinson was looking out the window. I was thinking about, my menu for the rest of this week. Like, what am I going to be eating for lunch, for dinner, honey? I was just like, ooh, child, I'm so sick of these heifers, honey, okay? But, honey, the show, it just is not the same anymore. But, I'm going to keep reviewing it because there is some stuff, honey, Miss Robinson is looking forward to. I wish they would get to it. Okay, because it looked like the second half going to be a lot better than this first half, honey. Okay, so the episode, guys, it starts out with Drew and Ralph. We are at their house. Ralph surprises Drew with a brunch. He has some chefs in the kitchen cooking. He's cooking, and Drew is just like, this man don't ever cook for me. He don't even know where the spatula is. I was like, ooh, child, not the spatula, honey, okay? Like, I don't know, you guys, when I look at Ralph, I just see somebody that he's like such a narcissist. Like, he likes to put on a front, a show, and I don't know, he likes to make it look like he's this real good husband, honey, so it's just like, Ralph, we don't want a performance. We want you to just treat Drew, with love, care, and respect. Okay, that's what we want, Ralph. Stop trying to, show out. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, it was so nice, and you can tell by how Drew reacted to it. It's like he doesn't treat her right every day. It's just, once in a while, right? I'm a love bomb you. That's what the narcissists do, honey. And when they love bomb, they go all out. Okay? So Candy and Todd, they arrive. All the guys end up coming. Sonya and her husband, they arrive. Marlo, she brought Scott Lee with her. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing here, Marlo? You just went out on a date with him. We only saw one date. I feel like she should have waited to bring him around, maybe date 5 or something. But you just, started dating him. So I felt like it was too soon for that. Kenya threw some shade at Scott Lee in her confessional. She called Marlo's closet Le eBay. I was like, Kenya, you starting already. And then when Marlo dragged that ass, okay, you gonna be crying and cussing and fussing. Okay, so y'all girl, she be starting. She started a lot of shiggity on this episode. I watched her. Okay, and then tries to play the damn victim. I'm like, girl, Kenya girl, stop it. Drew introduces the girls to her sister. I told you all, I love that woman. She seems like so cool, like so down to earth. Drew, girl, you better keep your sister around. I think it's so cute how they look alike. The girls began asking Drew about her music video. She says it's still being edited. I heard that it turned out really nice, so that's good for Drew. I'm happy for Drew with her, doing her music and stuff. Sheree threw some shade in her confessional about Kenya's new man, talking about nobody has seen him. Sheree, girl, normally, honey, Miss Robinson would, be here for that shade. But yes, we actually have met Roy. Okay, so yeah, we've seen him, honey. Okay, we didn't see Kenya talk to the man on the phone, so Kenya has stepped it up, girl. I was like, Sheree, girl, if you go throw shade, just make sure it's true, okay? You over there with that raggedy hook headed, and then had the audacity to say, he's sick. I said, his ass is always sick, okay? He's sick, busted, and disgusting, okay? Oh, and Candy says that she met Scott Lee before. She says she didn't see him as being Marlo's type because Marlo don't have sex unless a man is spending on her. Problem? What's the problem with that? Okay. What's wrong with that, Candy? I'm just looking like that's why your ass is over there taking care of Todd because you don't have the same mindset. Ain't nothing wrong with Marlo's mindset. Okay? You always make the man pay. That way, you can look at it, ladies, as insurance, okay, that he don't waste your time. And even if he does, he has paid for it. He put in on it, man. Okay? And if you want to hold something, honey, you got to pay for that too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What is wrong with Candy, you guys? I think Candy like taking care of niggas. Okay? I think that's what it is, Candy. But I was like, yeah, that was a tired read to give Marlo. Yeah, she's a whore and that's whore behavior. No, it ain't. Making these niggas pay. No, it's not. Okay? Shit. Child, Kenya is so fake. Did y'all see how she was hugging all on Bryce? Bryce, I ain't seen you. I'm like, Kenya, girl, all that stuff you was saying about that man in your confessional, talk about he don't look that good, and he don't, I guess Kenya was right, but I was like, girl, you is so fake. That was funny to me, though. Kenya asks Candy what's going on with her and Todd's movie. Candy says she casted Drew in the new movie. She's going to play the wife. Then Kenya said she wants an offer to do Candy's movie. Candy, like, you don't think you got an audition? And then Kenya says that, well, I have all this, experience as far as it comes to, being an actress. It's like, Kenya, you're not a good actress like that. Like when I see you on my TV screen, it's like you are playing yourself. When you was over there on Family Reunion with Tia Mowry, I saw you. I didn't see the character. Okay? Tia Mowry, shout out to her. Okay, I love Tia Mowry. And she's actually, you guys, one of my favorite actresses. When I tell y'all that girl takes her craft seriously, that's a cancer, honey, right there, honey. Okay, them cancer girls, we some good actresses. Okay, July 6th. Okay, yes, I know her birthday. Phyllis Hyman, honey, was a cancer too. I love her too. Okay? But yeah, Tia is the actress. Drew is a better actress than Kenya. I think that Kenya likes to throw in the girls' faces that she was a part of the Hollywood scene 20 years ago and she played all these characters, and girl, you was not that girl. Okay, what did Marlo say? D character. Okay, straight to DVD movies. That is what you do. Okay? I don't like when a person brag about something that to me they not really all that good at. I think she's good, for being on men's magazines and, looking sexy. And she was that girl in the 90s. She was. That's how I got familiar with Kenya. But her acting, it never stuck to me. Okay? So Kenya says to Candy, well, I put threesomes on the map. She's talking about that movie Twice she did. And did y'all catch what Drew said? Drew said in her confessional that Kenya hasn't been in a movie since Twice. It may be time to let her acting career go. I was like, come on, Drew. Come on. That was so funny. So, yeah, but Kenya talking about she didn't put threesomes on the map, and I'm like, more like triangulation, okay? Because we saw your ass triangulate yourself up into Apollo and Phaedra's marriage. You asked them people for a threesome. We already know you played the little triangulation game with Cynthia and Nene. You wanted Cynthia to be your friend and not Nene's. Okay? Like, Kenya always likes to, and this is why she doesn't like Sonya, because Sonya doesn't just choose her. Sonya likes and enjoys Marlo. And the viewing audience, they have a issue with that because so many people are fans of Kenya and Candy. And people cannot understand why Sonya would like Marlo more than Kenya. But I think that she's friendlier to her. She's nicer to her. Kenya, you be giving off like shady, mean girl energy. That's why Courtney called you out about that in the episode. Okay? You have to watch how you are coming across. So Roy ends up calling Kenya. She's sitting next to Mayetta. They answer the phone. Is it me or does Mayetta get real excited? Like when Roy is on the phone, honey. Like when Roy, shows up in person. Mayetta just real excited. She's really cool with him? Put it in the comments. But that's what it was giving, honey. She was just like more excited, it seemed like, than Kenya. I was like, ooh, child, Kenya, you may have to watch out for Mayetta, honey. Okay, she already got her a good wife man, honey. And he is cute. I think he cuter than Roy. Okay, Mayetta girl, get off of Kenya's man, honey. And did y'all see them previews of Mayetta? Mayetta is crazier than the bed bug. Okay, what the hell was she flipping around in her damn hand? I was like, what the hell? Okay, like, what is going on with her when she got into it with Sonya, honey? It was crazy. So when Roy had called Kenya, Marlo announced that, she went out on a date with him. And I noticed that Kenya rolled her eyes and sucked her teeth and got up from the table. Okay, very dismissive towards Marlo. Okay? Very dismissive. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, well, of course she don't like her. And this is my thing. And this is the issue I have, I think, with the show. Yeah, you don't like somebody, but can we learn to let stuff go? Can we just wait till something new and fresh has happened? Because it just gets real old and stale after a while when you I don't know, it's just this mean girl shadiness that Kenya participates in. I'm not here for it. Okay? So that right there, I think, you guys, is ruining the show. This tension with her and Marlo, and then her and Candy, I told y'all, they are divisive. They want everybody to be their friend, take their side. That's why they love Mayetta, because she's always trying to fight their damn battles. I'm so glad Sheree called her ass out. But Sheree, I think you did it in your confessional on the mid-season trailer. Yeah, don't do it in the confessional. Get her ass together in person. I hope somebody call her out besides Marlo, because they love blaming Marlo for everything. So Marlo said that she met Roy when he slid in her DM and made a suggestion on what she should wear. I guess she did some type of movie or something with Cynthia. Something along those lines, honey. So Sheree picked up on the fact that Kenya dragged Martell for sending her a DM. But now with Marlo, dating Roy, that's not a big deal. And Kenya ended up making a comment saying, well, he didn't want her, and, he knows, what he likes, and he didn't like that, and making all these shady ass comments. And that's why Marlo dragged your ass later. Like, bitch, we had Walter, we had Mark that didn't want your ass. Okay, it was a whole bunch of men on this here show that, girl, your relationships, they don't last, Kenya. Okay, so you cannot drag Marlo the way in which you do. Okay? It doesn't land at all. Okay? I would say y'all got the same track record, but yeah, she tries to act like she's better than Marlo, but that's what the gag is. You know, y'all ended up dating the same guy. Marlo said that he was boring and he wasn't, what she like. No way. But yeah, guys, that's the thing with Kenya. She doesn't like that Marlo has entertained, some of the same men that she has entertained. She doesn't like that. She feels like she's better than Marlo. Marlo is a peach holder on this show, and Kenya don't like that. Okay? Candy don't like it either. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, yeah, but look at how Marlo is acting. Yeah, but they didn't want her to be a peach holder. They didn't want that. Because they feel like they are better than, especially Kenya, who was cool with Marlo back in the day when she was using her. Because remember, she tried to triangulate with Nene and Marlo too. I almost forgot about that, but she did that shiggity with them. She wanted to get in the middle of their friendship. She liked that. Okay? So Kenya, you need to watch it with the triangulation because you're going to attract that. Whatever you do, you guys, to other people, whatever you give off, you're going to attract it in your life. It's going to show up. Kenya mentioned that she wants Roy to cook for the girls. And then Sheree began whispering. They what you whispering for? But she called out Drew for not paying her chef. I guess it's in the tabloids. The chef is suing her. And Drew says there is a lawsuit and her attorney is handling it. Drew said that the so-called chef wasn't even no damn chef. And Drew says she didn't pay the lady because the lady prepared food and it had hair in it. They asked Drew, well, how much you owe her? And then Drew was like, $1,000. They was like, shit, just pay her. I thought that was so funny. Drew said, honey, I don't want to be like Sheree. I don't want to be known, for not paying my bills. But, I'm not paying somebody, honey. And there is hair up in my food. What y'all think of that? And Sheree, you the last person that should be coming at Drew about paying anybody. Okay? Girl, the people didn't even receive they She by Sheree from you. Okay? The people couldn't even order the She by Sheree. Okay? Because you was having so many problems with the website and everybody offered to help you and you kept turning it down. And I thought that was very weird. And even Drew was at the table well, we made up. Let's not, go backwards. But yeah, she was really trying to comfort Drew at the table. I wasn't feeling that. Not with your history, Sheree. You got a lot of damn nerve. Okay, but anyway, Sheree says she's inviting the ladies to Portugal. She's on her healing journey and, she just wants the girls to all come together and, be sisters. I'm like, y'all are not no damn sisters. Okay. Sheree gets to telling Courtney she's going to need her for crisis management. Kenya gets to saying, well, I don't know, it didn't work for Candy. I don't know how well, her services are going to be. Once again, you're being shady. You're being shady. So Courtney says to Kenya with her hands, of course you wouldn't. And then Kenya says, oh, I don't need no crisis management. I'm a crisis all on my own. Yeah, you are. Okay, you are. Courtney was like, yeah, girl, we know. Okay. See, Kenya, and don't get me wrong, Kenya can be bubbly and, fun and, you're sitting with a group of ladies, you're throwing shade. when you are throwing shade at people that you don't know that well, and I know a lot of y'all will say, well, it ain't no big deal, and she was just making a point. Yeah, but you don't have boundaries with your shade. It's like anybody can get it, can you? And then you tell Courtney to don't put. I didn't like that. And at first I didn't know how to feel about that. I get Kenya has boundaries, but you throwing all this shade, you're in conversations that had nothing to do with you, and then you say out the blue abruptly in a serious tone, because y'all are sisters, right? Y'all laughing and having a good time. And then you say to Courtney, yeah, but you don't have to keep putting your hands on me. And I didn't like that, like the switching up. Like, Kenya, this is what I be talking about with you. And y'all know I don't even really like Courtney all like that. She aight, but I didn't like that. And Courtney felt offended by it. And that's why she kind of feels like Kenya is a mean girl. And you don't need another person not liking you. You just it's not even going to be a situation where you can just blame Marlo. You doing it yourself. Okay? So Drew says, well, she's just letting you know her boundaries, but no, you ain't just letting her know boundaries, because she could tell you, don't joke with me like that, or don't be button yourself into me and Sheree's conversation. You cannot do that. And that's what Kenya does. She does that shit with Brooklyn, trying to invite her out of town. She didn't bring her to Portugal, but she would if she could have. But yeah, you're always like, and it's her ego, you guys. It's her ego. I'm special. I'm better than. Okay? That's what all of that is. Because that woman was not disrespecting you when she put her hands on you. When she was, gesturing towards you. But we ain't there yet. But yet I can dip in your conversation and say something shady to you. And no, it don't work like that. And that's what Kenya tried to do. She tries to have this dictatorship over women. She don't do that with Mark, because we know he'll check her ass. Okay, she over there, yes sir, no sir, and all that. So all the guys are getting to know each other. We got Ralph and Todd and Scott Lee. They're all talking. They're getting to know Scott Lee. He has a restaurant. They asked him how's everything going with him and Marlo. They said that she's a lot of fun, and they just kept saying, well, that Marlo, she's something else, and she this, and shut up. Okay, Marlo look good. She's funny. I can see a man being interested, in Marlo. And to me, like some of the guys in some of their comments, I think it was mainly, was it like Todd and Ralph? They was saying little stuff. And I was like, just shut up. Just be quiet. Anyways, Candy ends up getting up to leave. We see Sheree and Sonya, they're both on the phone, and they get to talking about how they are both packing for Portugal. Sheree says me and Sonya are going to be in charge of the fun. We see Drew packing, and that sister is there, honey. I love her sister. I don't know. I have a connection with her. Okay, I just really like her. But Drew was like, what type of food do they eat in Portugal? And her sister, because she's so smart and knowledgeable, honey, she says Mediterranean foods. We got Ralph. He was just there. Okay, and Drew is, talking about her body, honey, okay? She don't want to look like a busted can of biscuits. Didn't they call her that when she first got on the show? Okay, Drew looked good, though. So we see the ladies, they're on their way to Portugal. Candy got the bubble guts, honey. She said it was a horrible plane ride. I guess she had to go back and forth to the bathroom. Ooh, child, that's hell, especially if you are traveling. So we see the ladies in their Sprinter van, and Sheree gets to telling the girls, I want nothing but positive energy from you guys and good vibes. We got Kenya turning her head. Okay, ego. I gotta stand out. I gotta, And then maybe Kenya was like, shit, ain't gonna be no damn good vibes. You bitches is gonna fight. That's probably why Kenya turned her head. But still, like, Kenya, girl, just be one of the girls. Like, quit with the being difficult and all of that. Like, oof, child. So Sheree called Kenya out for turning her head, and she made up a couple of lies. The camera caught her, honey. Okay. Oh, I just wanted to see your lips move. Oh, I just want to look out the window. Like, stop. Just, like, be normal for once. Do you know what that is, Kenya? I don't think she know what that is. Sheree tells the girls she has a lot of fun activities planned for them. What the hell is her and Kenya putting their damn leg up for? I was like, child, y'all better put them damn legs down. Be done cracked something. I like that Marlo was telling Candy what to drink, because I think they had some orange, ginger, and carrot drinks waiting. It didn't have any alcohol. Y'all know Candy got the bubble guts, honey. So I heard that ginger, is real good for your stomach. So that was nice of Marlo, right? Marlo says in her confessional, good job, Sheree. The decor is nice where we are going to be staying, honey, and the drinks are good, and it's way better than Kenya's trip, honey. Child, Marlo called it a broke down Motel 6, and then they showed Sheree in that suite that she won that she shouldn't have won because her ass don't know how to dance. Okay. But yeah. Like, Kenya, do you be picking out these places on purpose to punish the women? Like, what is wrong with you? I told y'all, when they get out of town, Kenya be punishing them, honey. Baby, I love Marlo in the confessional with the bangs, and I think she had like a top bun, and oh my God, the dress she had on, it was so pretty. I love it. I love the wig with the bangs she had on too. I love that style. It never goes out of style, honey. It serves Naomi Campbell. Okay, that's what it's giving. Oh, I forgot to mention that Brooklyn met Kenya's father, and the smile, you guys, she had on her face, it was so cute when she met Kenya's dad. Y'all know I love Kenya's dad because he be telling her like it is, calling her ashy. I remember, I think it was maybe season 6, he came to visit her. And she was like, well, this is where the refrigerator is. This is where this is. And he was like, why are you talking like you a real estate agent? I was like, honey. Woo, but that was so cute watching her father embrace Brooklyn. And I love Kenya's father too, though, because, he embraced her instead of treating her like shiggity, like that mother, Y'all know I don't like her. I don't see it for that woman at all. You do not acknowledge your granddaughter, but you can't acknowledge your daughter. Are you crazy? Like, and I told y'all, she really messed Kenya up with that. She really did. We see Kenya talking to her nanny. She tells them she's ahead of them, so I guess she's going to wait later to call back because they have a, time difference. So Drew begins telling the ladies before they start eating about Ralph's new endeavor. I guess one of the producers on the video recommended that Ralph try out for that. I'm like, why? Like, why encourage, him to act even more like a narcissist? You could tell Ralph is one of those guys, he got a 6-pack and a smile, and he think everybody want him. And I done had those types of guys, and they are really insecure. The ones that I ended up with, at least 2 or 3 of them, you guys, very insecure. So that's probably another reason why Ralph acts the way that he does. But yeah, like, I wouldn't have recommended that for him. Okay, his ego, it needs to be deflated, not inflated more, deflated. Drew mentioned in her confessional, in the past, she would be subconsciously worried about what is Ralph doing, is he cheating? And like, girl, for you to ever like feel like that, I just feel like you in the wrong marriage. No wife or girlfriend should ever feel that way. That's your first big red flag, ladies. That you're like worrying if a man is gonna cheat. They don't have to cheat. It's just the fact that so many women put up with that and they have normalized that type of toxicity. Um, it's this behavior where like men can't help themselves. They can help themselves. If we can help ourselves, because we be seeing some fine men too, they can help themselves. So yeah, I noticed, honey, when Drew said that, and the lady's just looking at her all weird, like, girl, you really think that's a good idea, girl? I love Drew's hair. It was like orange in the confessional and a high pony. It was cute. Drew has came a long way, you guys, with her hair. She looks really nice. Child, the ladies are completely against Ralph stripping. His body is not that good. Like, I've been with guys that had like the Ken doll body, you know what I'm saying, where they have the little cuts on the side which hurt like hell, honey. Okay, when you spread your damn legs. Okay. But yeah, he don't even have the rips to the side. His chest don't look all that to me. Okay, it don't. Honey, I'm looking at Heath. Watch out, Mayetta. And I'm not really into white men, but that Heath, honey, he got a look to him. Okay. Even Marlo, that's why I love her. She mentioned even Heath got a better chance of being, with the Black Magic Mike guys, right? So, yeah, I told y'all that Heath, honey, he kind of sexy. He got a little swag to him. I'm not really checking for the husbands, honey, on this show. Todd is cute. He just short, okay? And no, Todd, you can't use my debit card, honey. Okay, you look like one of them. Okay, can't use my debit card, my food stamp card, my Medicaid card. I'm just playing, y'all. Sonya's husband kind of cute though. He kind of cute. Who do y'all think is the cutest husband on this show? Okay, put it in the comments. I'm curious. So Sonya tells the girls, honey, we need to hit the streets of Portugal, honey, because we really need to see who's worldwide, honey. I can't even get the words out around these parts. I know that's right, honey. Candy got the laughing because, somebody, Candy is a bit narcissistic too, though. I know. Some of y'all rolling your eyes, you sucking your teeth. You saying, Miss Robinson, you being so judgmental. But Candy, like, y'all should see how it's like a dog. You know how you acknowledge a dog? They start perking up and smiling. Yeah, she talking about me. Yeah, Candy, we are. I like what Candy and Kenya had on. It's cute. It looked like some type of jogger they both had on. I like both of them. So we see Drew and Mayetta. They are, checking out their view. We find out Mayetta has a orphanage in Africa. I didn't know that. That makes her seem way more interesting. Okay, that part of her, that's interesting. Not being up Candy and Kenya's butt, that's not. That's whack. So Sonya brought Marlo a rolling rack because she likes her. I love the scarf that Marlo had on. That's me all day. If you know anything about me, scarves, hats, wigs, that's my world. Okay? So Drew had mentioned she'd been to South Africa, but never Africa. They were pointing at that. Drew, that didn't even sound right. Girl, shut up. But yeah, I didn't know Africa was near Portugal like that. I didn't know that. You know what? They should go back to Africa, honey, because that was a really good trip. Y'all remember season 4? Marlo and Sheree got into it. It was good, honey. Okay? It was so good. So far, all the ladies are having a good time. Sonya and Marlo mentioned the energy was good. Even Kenya and Candy mentioned that it was good. Drew mentions to Mayetta she feels like everybody in the circle has been getting along and trying to mend their issues. Drew is still bothered by Sheree bringing up her lawsuit. Yeah, she was doing too much with that. I noticed that. And you of all people, Sheree, like, girl, stop trying to come for Drew. But I feel like she feels like Drew is a weak target. That damn Drew is crazy. Okay? And Drew can acclimate. I give her that. And like I said, she's a good actress. I loved her portrayal of T-Boss in the TLC movie. So I've seen Drew in some other stuff too, and really good actress. She has versatility, honey, unlike Kenya. Okay, so yeah, I can understand why Drew, felt the way about that, because Sheree was trying to embarrass her. Mayetta, girl, take that shit off your head and stop playing with us. Okay, I didn't like that wig she had on while she was talking to Drew. Kenya tells Candy she has a divorce court date. She even laughed about her and Mark. They have been getting a divorce longer than they even was married. I'm happy to see Kenya laughing about that, because I know that has to be really, draining. You got to keep going back and forth to court. But that's why I assume Mark is a narcissist, and even LaBarbecue over there with Destiny. That's why I be assuming a lot of these men are narcissists, because you can just tell by how they leave the relationship. They're always dragging you back and forth to court. You got to pay for that. Attorneys and fees and, so yeah, that's whack. I'm not here for that. I feel like, Mark, you need to leave Kenya's money alone. Hopefully she paid you for your participation in creating Brooklyn. I think that's all it really was. No shade, no tea. Don't come for me in the comments, but the truth is the truth. Okay, this was clearly an arrangement, because it just seemed like after they had that girl, then it was, we not really interested in being married. Okay, and then you can't have a long distance marriage, not starting out. I don't think. Maybe, you go back and forth after being together for some time, but you can't start out, I don't think, like that. Candy says she's sick of Kenya and her divorce too. Okay. Kenya says she's excited now that she's dating. I'm happy for her. I am. I know some of y'all are like, you hate Kenya. No, I wish the best for Kenya. I just want her to live in her truth. And I think a white man would be good for her. But I don't see Kenya the way I see the rest of these women. I don't think she needs like a man in her life. I think, she likes being like free, and, I think she likes dating, but yeah, I don't think she is we need to be married, we all up under each other every day type, Candy brought up the fact that Marlo had dated Roy before, and Kenya was like, no, it ain't no big deal because he already told me about it. I didn't like how Candy chimed in and was like, well, clearly, he wasn't interested in her because it didn't last. And why y'all gotta be so damn mean spirited? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all be saying this stuff, and then when she come at y'all, it's a shock. She the worst person on the planet. Fire her from the show. Child, unnecessary. You could have just looked at Kenya, Candy. And then we got Kenya. Yeah, because, that relationship with them, it didn't go nowhere, and he didn't want her. He don't even follow her. Everything is always chopping down Marlo, tearing her down. You so much better. Okay, but you were rejected too, Kenya, as a child, just as Marlo was. Yeah, you may have grown up with your grandmother, but you were still born unwanted by your mother. Marlo's mother just had, the drug issue, which is a lot. But y'all have had similar, like, stories, similar upbringing. Okay? And you just be on this high horse like you so much better. And life is steady reminding you that you all probably have more in common than what you are willing to admit. Y'all on the same show, then dated the same man. Okay? That's a reminder from the universe that you're not better. Even though you think you are, you're not. Even Sonya mentioned to Marlo how Kenya was very dismissive when Marlo mentioned she had dated him. And then Sonya was like, yep, I noticed that. And I know a lot of people are going to come down on Sonya. Guess why? Guess why? Lean in a little closer. Guess why? Because it's Kenya. Okay? And Kenya does everything right on this show. But no, Kenya wanted to be a part of Martell and Sheree's storyline. Y'all know I am no fan of Hook-Headed, but Kenya wanted to attach herself to their storyline. That way she can argue with Martell. It was premeditated. I could tell by how it played out. Okay? But with Marlo, yeah, you go be dismissive because she not worth nothing to you. Y'all sitting up here on the same show together with the same girls. Okay? And you feel like, and she has recently followed Sonya because Sonya is not up her butt the way she's supposed to be. Okay, so they have recently followed each other. We see each other. But yeah, Sonya noticed that. So now Courtney notices you're a mean girl. Sonya notices the bullshiggity you do. Sheree noticed what you did and how you responded and acted. Everybody can't be lying. They showed the clips of Kenya arguing with Martell, Lifetime movie. She know how to turn up, honey, okay? And Todd was just there, honey, in the scene. Marlo said Roy was corny to her, but he's great for Kenya, okay? Marlo mentioned the mean comment that Kenya made about how, Roy must knows, what not to like. And that's when Marlo dragged her about all the men that, it never lasted with. You never maintained a relationship. That's why I told y'all Nene is my favorite. We saw her with Greg for years. And something that's very interesting is every man that I have dated since Housewives has been on, Housewives of Atlanta, they have all liked Nene and they have all liked Greg. Like, that was our favorite couple. That is so crazy to me. But yeah, like, if you go come for people, have your shit together, Kenya. Have your relationships together and quit all this long distance, bullshiggity that you do. So the ladies get ready to go to dinner. We got Marlo talking about sardines. I guess she's saying Portugal is known for sardines. I don't think that they are. They ended up telling her, no, this ain't sardines. Nice try, Marlo girl. I love the blazer Sheree had on. It was so cute. I love Kenya's hair and the dress that she had on, the color of it. It was so pretty. I was like, yes, Kenya. Did y'all see Kenya's pictures where she's dressed as like Barbie and Ken? She looks so good, you guys. She looked good. Y'all know I don't see it for twirl, but she's a beautiful woman. We give her that with her delusional self. I was confused as to why they was ordering steak with French fries, but I guess, when you got a craving for something, they didn't have no mashed potatoes, no gravy. Okay. I cooked some steak yesterday, you guys. Big, juicy T-bone. I didn't have enough damn gravy. I was mad as hell. Y'all know the gravy got to be right with your steak. Kenya tries to get the girls to blink one eye individually. I don't know why. Sheree tells the girls this trip is about her and, the rest of them. That way, if they have any issues, just put it on the table. AKA let's start some bullshiggity. Courtney addresses Kenya because she didn't like that. I think that Kenya embarrassed Courtney, and as Courtney is addressing Kenya, Kenya's looking at herself through a knife. You're being disrespectful. You need to face her. She's speaking to you. This is what I'm talking about, guys. We see a clip of Kenya telling Sheree that Courtney never opens up when she tries to talk to her. And then we see Sheree talking to Courtney privately, saying that Kenya felt that she was invading her space. I don't even think it's a space thing. I think she wanted to be disrespectful. She wanted to be rude and dismissive. Okay? Kenya says at first it was okay with her touching her because at first it was like, oh, you're laughing, and then it came off condescending. Courtney says she keeps getting mean girl energy from Kenya. That's who she is. She's a bitch. Okay? Courtney also mentioned that that's not who she is to the rest of the girls. That's who she is to Marlo. She used to treat Drew bad. Y'all act like y'all forgot that. She wasn't always respectful of Candy either back in the day. Cause she would talk about her weight. Who else? Kenya, tells Drew she appreciates her, because she pretty much, verified how she was feeling, by putting a boundary up. So she liked that Drew took up for her. Drew mentions the faces that Candy makes. They show a montage of that. You can't take it personally. She has a resting bitch face. No, more like she's a bitch that needs to rest. Courtney agreed, with all of that. She says, I like that because that shows me, Courtney, you are mature. You are a team player. Even though she was disrespectful, in my opinion, she still was like, I respect, what Kenya said to me. Drew addresses Sheree about the lawsuit that lady filed against her. She felt like that was, disrespectful. Drew mentioned that she found out Sheree was talking about it behind her back. I guess Courtney, told Drew what Sheree was saying. And y'all got to remember, Courtney is Sheree's friend, but she's Drew's cousin. By marriage, though. So Drew goes off on Sheree. If you're my friend, you wouldn't bring this up in front of the other women. Sheree said, we're not friends. We are becoming friends. There's a difference. Sheree, you're wrong in this. And you talking about you want to bring all these women together to have this healing, but you can't even acknowledge when you're wrong. So you should have just apologized and y'all should have moved forward. So Sheree brought up that Drew lied on her after the reunion, saying that all the She by Sheree stuff that she gave out on stage was confiscated after the reunion. Candy backed Drew up and said, yeah, they did take our stuff away. So, some of the ladies were saying they did take the stuff away. Marlo said she was able to get hats and shirts and, So Sheree tells Candy she feels like they are making stuff up. Sheree said, I never took nothing back. I ain't got nothing to do with somebody else taking the stuff. Sheree, no. And that's why all of this is so fake. Like, you bringing the girls together and y'all go work everything out. You the wrong person to do that because you don't own your stuff. You be lying. Kenya tells Sheree, no, everybody was told the same thing, that they couldn't keep their items. Sonya even says she never got a hat or bag or nothing. So Drew says to Candy, not Candy, to Sheree, well, that's not cool what you did, and this person is trying to sue my family, and you should have handled that differently. Sheree said, oh, well, it doesn't feel good, does it? Sheree, you still don't get it. And I think even Marlo recognized Sheree was wrong. Okay? Tell y'all girl that she wrong. Okay? Child, when I tell you Drew got Sheree together at that table, she said, how you gonna have a trip about healing and you can't even heal your damn self? Bloop, bloop. I know that's right. She got her. Kenya says, I actually see Drew and Sheree like big sis, little sis. Then Marlo said, they ain't no big sis or little sis. They ain't Venus and Serena, more like Jamie Lynn and Britney Spears. I said, girl. So Sheree gets even more defensive. And it's like, just say you sorry so y'all can move forward. You know, you could kind of tell Drew is getting emotional. And here goes Sheree, well, you need to change your tone. You need to, and all the ladies are kind of looking at her like, girl, you gotta be the example that you are trying to set. That's why it's not landing. That's why this show is falling apart. Like, ain't nobody really, I don't know. I think they're trying to make Sheree the matriarch of the show, but she's immature. But she'll go on and on about how Nene is immature in her way. But you got your own ways too, Sheree. So Kenya tries to call out Sheree. I was like, okay, Kenya, you know, let her know, you know, she wrong. And then we see Sheree being dismissive. And then I think Sonya said, well, let's just put a pin in this because they saw that it wasn't going nowhere. And then that's when Drew broke down crying, got away from the table. And Marlo told Sheree, you need to go make that right. You hurt that girl feelings. I like that, you know, they are sticking it to her and holding her accountable and responsible for her actions. Because how dare you host a trip and you are not willing to look at self first, Sheree? Child, when Kenya fell, she fell down in a upcoming episode. Honey, I was cracking up. And they always talking about her fake booty, honey. And we see an ambulance. I'm like, damn, you always. It looked like she was really hurt, though. It looked like she was laughing at first, though. But it was kind of funny how it happened. I know. All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about all of this, honey. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.